Well, that was fun, right? That was fun. Yeah. Blowing a 16-point lead on Spo's birthday. Let me just premise this video by saying, like, of course, the millisecond I start shooting, a massive tractor trailer with machines on the back of it pulls up in front of my place, but I have to shoot right now. I have stuff to do. So the beeping, you're tortured, I'm tortured, Heat fans are tortured, it's all torture. We're used to being tortured by now. So here we are. But that was fun, right? Blowing a 16-point lead on Coach Ramsey's special dedication ribbon cutting night. It's Spo's birthday. We have the whole Heat culture jerseys thing. It's supposed to be great. And we implode. Fantastic. But hey, on the bright side, at least we're not the Milwaukee Bucks, right? Because God, what's going on with them? And not to throw the Bucks under the bus, I think the Bucks are still gonna get it together. I still think we are gonna get it together. Now, if we lose to the Wizards tomorrow, then yeah, let's have a little DEFCON 5. We can all melt down together. Wow, it's so loud around here today. Why is it so loud today? Fire trucks. If we lose to the Wizards, then we can have a nuclear meltdown. But you know, look, all kidding aside, I'm kind of serious. Like, at least we're not the Bucks, because nobody thought that we were going to be doing anything anyway. As always, I mean, even last season, we started last season off 2-5. Now we're 1-4. We're whatever. But God, like this Bucks team. I mean, you barely win that Sixers game. You get blown out by the Hawks. You get blown out by the Raptors, and then you almost blow a 23-point lead against us. With our like second unit, third unit, whatever weird combo of guys we had playing against your first string. So I don't know what's going on over there. And the Celtics, congratulations. Really, no, seriously, congratulations. You guys beat the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton, and the Pacers shooting 13% from 3. So, you know, enjoy your honeymoon, because the Celtics, you guys are in your honeymoon stage right now. Enjoy it. Because I'm telling you, it will end. And I don't pray for the downfall of the Celtics or the Bucks or anybody. I'm just talking about it from a basketball perspective. I said it a million times, I'm skeptical of the depth of the Celtics. You know, if you want, how much gas does Al Horford have in the tank? This Burkett, I don't know, maybe he'll be a help. And then after that, what do you got? Hauser and Pritchard and Cornette, and okay, good luck. And the Bucks, you know, I still think the Bucks will get it together. I think this seems like their defense is really bad. Apparently their defense is awful. I haven't been watching them that close. But anyway, whatever. I'm not freaking out yet, but it's still bad. It's still bad. Look, no matter what, blowing a 16-point lead is blowing a 16-point lead. We are one Cade Cunningham 3-point shot away from being 0-5. Let's be honest here. But there's nuance. There is a lot of nuance. Right when I heard that Dinwiddie, Claxton, and Cam Johnson and Dennis Smith Jr., 3 starters, weren't playing, I said, oh God, no. Now, you know how this Heat team plays when other teams are missing a bunch of their starters. It never goes well. This happened so many times last season. I remember it became like a running joke at one point of the season last year, where it's like, oh, this team is missing their best player, or this team is missing 2-3 of their starters. We're in trouble. We have no Kevin Love, no Caleb Martin. Doesn't matter. Like I have it written down here. Heat really have no excuse. Better win. We were all wearing headbands tonight. That was cute. Except Kyle. But you know, you had headbands. Bam. Okay. And Jimmy, Jaime Jaquez, and Tyler all had headbands. I wonder if that was planned. That was very cute. Good for them. Okay, let's talk Jamie Jaquez with the cool hair. Look, he was kind of put into a tough position. All right, I'm not worried that he was missing shots. He was taking shots that he's not used to. He's not really like a catch and shoot, spot up kind of guy. And they weren't bad shots that he was taking. I mean, they were good looks. They just A, weren't falling, and B, it just didn't seem like his type of shots that he's comfortable taking. What I did like about him was the intangible stuff. Defense, the hustle plays, all that kind of stuff. He's still obviously getting used to an NBA pace. I, amongst a lot of Heat fans, are clamoring for Jovic. Why no Jovic? I mean, we got no Jovic last night? Zero? I thought he would have fit in great playing against that Kings lineup, considering they were playing pretty much like 5 guards. I thought I would have loved to have seen Jovic go up against Ben Simmons. I think he would have fit into that game because he's fast, he likes to run, he's athletic, just like that Nets team was doing. I guess Spo just either doesn't trust his defense or doesn't trust his decision-making or maturity level yet, or he's saving him for something. I don't know. It's a mystery. Maybe it'll change and we will start seeing more Jovic minutes. There's gonna be a whole lot of I don't knows because I took some time before I shooting this because I wanted to see what other Heat people were saying. A couple other podcasts and people I watched whose opinions I respect, and nobody seems to really have an answer right now. I think the answer lies within the team. Whether that's a X's and O's basketball kind of thing, is it more of a mental kind of thing? Is it both? Is it the health stuff? Is it a combination of all these things? I don't know. You see the name of this channel. I don't know. Let's talk about something a little positive here. We got Haywood Highsmith minutes. Haywood's back, and he was looking good. I mean, especially for a first game back. The knee's looking good. You saw that block, which I was screaming at my TV about how soft the NBA is. The fact that they had the audacity to even call that a foul, and that we even had to challenge that in the first place, aggravated me. I'm glad it got overturned. His 3-point shot really improved. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 for 5 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. Very nice for a first game back. And we started off great. You know, the Heat, we were playing with pretty nice pace. Tyler continues to be pretty solid, 30 points. Bam's over here with 21 and 14. I want Bam to take more shots. Why is Bam only taking 12 shots? Kyle, solid. I know his stat line isn't that impressive. Defense is solid. He's efficient, making good decisions. He's pushing the ball up the floor. I'd like to see Kyle run that second unit a little bit more, see how that works. Problem is, what happens to us? What happens to us? I don't know. They're missing 3 starters. You get Ben Simmons in foul trouble. Cam Thomas has a bad game. Cam Thomas has been one of the hottest players in the NBA right now. What was he averaging? Like 30-something points per game, I think, coming into this game? He was bad. And then all of a sudden, you get their second string, Lonnie Walker, 17 points. This Armani Brooks kid, 17 points in 16 minutes. 6 for 7 from the field, 5 for 6 from 3. He's a plus 30. Their whole starting lineup, with this plus-minus thing that I don't understand, their whole starting lineup, -3, -9, -9, -14, -20. Then their bench, plus 15, plus 30, plus 19, plus 15. What? Trendon Watford. What? Who? No offense, but who? 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists in 14 minutes. Armani Brooks, 17 points in 16 minutes. What's going on here? And then meanwhile, on our side, you get Duncan Robinson's 1 for 6 from 3. Josh Richardson's 1 for 5 from 3. Your combined 2 for 11 from 3. And 3 for 17 from the field with those two. I mean, what's going on here? Josh Richardson, I don't know what this guy's deal is. I mean, I'm still kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's new to the team. He's coming off an injury. But my God, I mean, his defense seems to be all right. But I mean, dude, oh my God, his shooting, like 1 for 9, 1 for 5 from 3. And then it's the end of the game here. And what are we in? Right, the end of the fourth quarter, we're down 2. And you're still shooting 3-pointers. And then Jimmy's shooting a random 3-pointer and bricking both of them. And then this Josh Richardson guy, you know, we blow a 16-point lead. You go 1 for 9 from the field, and then I see him laughing it up with the Nets players after the game. What is that, bro? And I know I'm being petty here, but sue me. Yeah, I'm going to be a little petty here. I'm going to be a little salty here. Like, what is that? That's weird. To me, that's weird. And with this thing that NBA guys do now, where everybody covers their mouth when they talk to each other. Have you noticed that? Like guys are on the bench and they're like, the CIA has surveillance on them and they're being lip read. It's like, no, you're not that important, bro. No one cares what you're saying. It's weird. I don't know. Sue me. I think that's weird behavior. I think that was a bad look. That was a bad look. And I'm a little iffy on this guy so far. A little iffy because I'm not that familiar with him. I wasn't paying attention when he was on the Heat. He was there 15-19. I wasn't paying attention to the NBA. So I don't really know much about this guy. I watched some highlights. I was like, okay, cool. Let's see what he can do. And so far, not impressed. Still giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. I don't know about this guy. We'll see. This thing kept happening where like we'd hit a three-pointer and then right away, the Nets, I mean, they knew going into this that they're a fast team. Right away, they would come back and like hit 2 threes against us. We just could not like get a comfortable, sustained lead. Spo talked about that after the game, is sustaining a lead and sustaining your play throughout the whole game. Like when I watch the Heat this season, it's like this. They're great, and then they go flat. They just get so stagnant sometimes. And then they'll play good, and then crash again. Like you need consistency. But he's so right, you have to get better at sustaining your game and sustaining a lead. There's a definite skill to that, and it takes discipline. It takes team cohesion and coherence and all that kind of stuff. But the question is, how do you do it, and why isn't it happening with this team? In the second quarter, we held up to 17 points. Third quarter starts, we're up 15. They got to call a timeout. Bam was efficient. He had a double-double. Jimmy, let's talk Jimmy. Because, once again, Jimmy can't coast. Like, whatever this thing Jimmy's doing, maybe, I don't know, the knee, he has knee tendonitis, then he doesn't have knee tendonitis. It's like, is your knee messed up or is it not? Like, that's weird. I had knee tendonitis once, and that nagged me for like 4 weeks. It nagged me. The Heat, they're very mysterious when it comes to, revealing anything about injuries. I don't know why Jimmy isn't finishing. Like Jimmy is not doing a good job at finishing. He's 7 for 16, 0 for 2 from 3. I feel like he makes things harder for himself than they have to be. Like he'll have like an easy shot, and I'll be like, dude, just shoot that nice little jump shot. Like he has that nice little jump shot he can shoot all the time, and he doesn't. And instead he'll just take 2 or 3 dribbles, get into the paint, pump fake a bunch of times, and have to like beat the crap out of himself just to get, to the foul line where he was, 6 for 8. And there was one time, maybe I can find this play, where he took the exact shot that I envision that he has all the time. And he made it. Unfortunately, he was called off because Thomas Bryant either did some illegal screen or some offensive foul. It was called off. But Jimmy took this one shot, and I was like, that's the shot. That's the shot that he has all the time, and he never takes it. Sometimes I'm just like confused by Jimmy, but it's frustrating sometimes being a Jimmy Butler fan, and it's frustrating being a Heat fan. That's what we signed up for. Then you look at our track record since 2020, and usually the frustration ends up being worth it in the end. Things fall apart. I don't know what happens. We're up 15 at the top of the third quarter, and then they go on a run. Nets go on a 9-2 run. Then we're up 8. Then we're only up 6. Then we're only up 3. And all this is happening while Cam Thomas isn't even playing well. Then we're up 5. Then we're only up 3. Timeout. Then it's tied. 16-point lead. Gone. Then we're down 3. It's crazy. Heat bench is being outscored 47-26. Something about this team, we're just not clicking yet. It's like a motor that just isn't tuned up yet. And the same thing applies to the Bucks. Like the Bucks seem to be also a team that is like an engine that just isn't tuned up yet. Where you have like the Celtics, they're firing on all cylinders right now. Jrue Holiday is your point. Tatum and Brown do their Tatum and Brown thing. You have Derek White who does his thing. And then you have Porzingis who's your center. It's very like obvious. Whereas our team right now, it's not obvious what the best lineups and rotations are yet. Plus, we're not 100% healthy. Maybe this in-season tournament will be the best thing for us because, maybe that'll light a fire under our behinds and give us some motivation to, really get it together and prove something. And then, we're down 2, and then it's like, Jimmy takes a weird 3. Then Josh Richardson takes a weird three. It's like, what are we doing? And not only did Josh Richardson take a bad three, it was a bad three with like, I think a decent amount of time left on the shot clock. And you're already 1 for 8 at that point. Now you're 1 for 9. What are you doing, dude? We're down 4, 36 seconds. Forget about it. It's done. And still, we're down 6. Then Tyler hits an absolutely insane three-pointer. And that was it. You saw the game. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of these games where we beat ourselves. They're missing 3 starters. Ben Simmons in foul trouble. Cam Thomas doesn't play well. I truly believe, even from a pure basketball perspective, that this team could get it together and be good. This Eastern Conference is not as, I'm not scared of this Celtics or Bucks team or the Knicks or the Cavs. I think the Sixers are going to be actually really impressive. I think the best thing that's ever happened to the Sixers is them getting rid of Harden. Now you can unleash Tyrese Maxey and let those guys be free. I think this team's still a work in progress. They're still not 100% healthy. They're still figuring out their dynamic and their rotations and the lineups and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't freak out just yet, but I'm concerned. I'm absolutely concerned. Of course I'm concerned. Would Haywood be a better starter in Kevin Love's spot? I'd like to see Haywood start. Are we going to ever see Jovic? I like pretty much every other Heat fan, want to see more of Jovic. If we're seeing this much of Jaquez, can we see a little bit of Jovic just to see? The Tyler and Duncan minutes don't seem to be working that well. Did we see a little bit of too much of Josh Richardson in this game? 30 minutes of Josh Richardson? I want more shots from Bam. I want more than 12 shots from Bam, especially when he's playing a good game, and especially when the Nets team, who was essentially playing 5 guards. Why is Bam only shooting 12 times? Bam should be killing them. Sometimes these lineups, I'm watching again, I'm like, what is this lineup? What is this lineup? And I feel like I've been watching this lineup for way too long. Jimmy's got to start playing basketball. Jimmy needs to finish more. We got to get it together. That's it. I mean, I'm trying to be optimistic here, but they're just making it really hard. There's no excuse for blowing a 13-point lead. I don't know. I don't think the Heat know. I don't think Heat fans know. I don't think anybody really knows right now. And we're kind of in this like weird abyss. And I think it's up to them. It's up to Spo and it's up to the players. Like, are we going to get it together or are we going to flounder? You got to figure out how to play cohesive, consistent basketball and close out quarters and close out games and not go flat and not deflate and not get stagnant. And what did Spo say? Sustaining the game. You got to figure it out. And it might take some time. This time last year, we stunk too. We were 2-5. I guarantee you, if you go back and you watch, any of the 5 Reasons Sports Network guys or the Miami Heat Beat guys or the Locked On Heat guys or any of those people, we were all probably having the same conversations as last year. What's wrong with the Heat? What's wrong with Jimmy Butler? Why can't they do this? Why are we 2-5? Blah blah. Why can't we shoot? What happens? I don't know. That just seems to be a thing with this team. Like they just operate at their own pace sometimes, and sometimes they stink, and then things have to get really bad, and then they kind of get it together and they make it work. I don't know. Like I said, maybe this in-season tournament thing will be really good for them, because that'll give them some kind of motivation to be like, all right, guys, like let's get it together and actually like show that we're still the Miami Heat. Or a nuclear bomb is going to get dropped on this team. I don't know. But hey, like I said, at least we're not the Bucks. I think the Bucks have some way bigger issues going on there. All right, that's it.